Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's me. So today we're going to be looking at percentages, and this is episode, I think it's 4 on the UMTM entrance exam playlist. So we're going to be looking at percentages today, and I'm sorry about the upload schedule. I have been busy with a bunch of school homework and other extracurricular stuff, but I'm back, and I saw the comments. I appreciate the support. Subscriber count went up and a bunch of people were commenting, so I appreciate that. But without further ado, let's get into percentages. So when we take a look at the definition, we see percentages represent a portion of a whole. So some people might be thinking, oh yeah, you have a pizza and you have 20% of that pizza, right? Or if you have 20% of one. However, I'm going to tell you here that this whole can mean anything, right? This whole can So here we have the portion that represents 20%, as everyone knows. But this 130, 20% of 130, that goes for whole. So basically, you're taking a portion, just 20%, out of the whole, which is 130. So for giving an example here, so you have a percentage, and it's like a joke of percentage problems on the UMTM exam. Now, originally had 10%, but when I took the exam, I think it was more to 15. But then I thought, it might be a range because you never know what they're gonna put, and there aren't that many practice materials. So yeah, I just kind of put an interval over here. So here's a quick example. This is an easy level example. So we're given 20% of 40 as our background info. And for A, we have 50% of 50, and then B, we have 50% of a 100. Now, as soon as you see this, you can tell that, this doesn't even correlate to any of this. And the reason I put this as an example is because most of the times on the test, you'll have background info that doesn't even relate to A and B. And usually they'll have whole paragraphs that you'll want to read just as an instinct. But you need to know that you should always look at the answer options first. See if they correlate at all between the background info and here. Because one mistake I made was that I'd read the background info as a huge paragraph, and then I'd look at the answer and I was like, oh shoot, this doesn't even, why did I read all that and waste the time? But nevertheless, follow this. Don't read the answer options first and then go here. All right, so let's just get on with the solution. So 50% of 50. So most people that are watching know how to get from a percentage to a decimal. Basically, when you have 50%, this becomes 0.5. Because, so 50 is decimals right here, right? And you make it a decimal, you go here, one, and another one here, just like that. So you bring it to the left. So you have 0.5 of 50. And as you all know, 0.5 is just 1/2. So 1/2 of 50 is 25. Now over here, we have 50%, which once again, 0.5 of 100. And this is just 1/2 of 100, which is 50. Now, obviously, this is mega easy because most people just see the questions and oh, it's just B. What? This is so easy. However, this is not as easy. This is not the type of question that will appear on the UMTM exam. I have a different example that might appear, around the guidelines or whatever. So, this was a very easy example. I just wanted to show how you can take a percentage in decimal, and when you use of, you just pretty much take 1/2 or 0.5 times 50. So in other words, of is equal to multiplication only in percentages. All right, let's move on. So here are some things you need to know. I'll cover up this example. So you need to know percentage increase and decrease, and you also need to know interest and bank problems. Now, one thing I didn't include was the percentage So percentage to decimal. And I'll like put it like this because you need to know how to get from percentage decimal to percentage. But yeah, those are the things you need to know. We'll go on to another example right now. So here is example 2. The amount returned is given by, so this is like at some bank. I haven't wrote a lot, but usually they'll have like a huge paragraph. So amount returned given by A is equal to P times 1 plus R to the power of N. A we have here, B we have here. What you notice is that we're trying to find A. This is the amount returned in an investment bank, like whatever bank you're investing in, this is what you get. So this is principal rate time, but you don't need to know that. Basically, just plug in all of this into this equation and you'll get A. So now, as I was saying, when you're given like this huge paragraph full of things, how to like dissect the information given. One strategy that I followed was like if I had this huge paragraph, I just look for the formulas only. So for example, this is the only formula that I see in this question. If I were to extend it, I'd say Bob goes to a bank like XYZ bank, right? And at the bank, he gets this investment, blah, blah, blah. They're yapping on about something. And then you see this formula. That's all you need to see. Just skim through the passage. Just find the formula. Because these are all strategies like trying to throw you off and take away your attention. So it's not good. So let's just go straight away. Actually, one thing you can notice is like these values, all of these values are greater than here, so it's just A. But still, I'm just going to show you how to do this. So if I like kind of tilt the camera. By the way, if you like this style, tell me. I'll make more of these types. I wasn't sure whether you like this or not, but okay, so solution to, we just plug it in. So we have A is equal to 200, 1 plus, so R is 7%, which is just 0.07 in decimals to the power of 5. We have 200 times 1.07 to the power of 5. So I'm going to leave it over here. What you can do is, since this is really close to 1, just say 1 to the 5, which is just 1. This is approximately 200. So for B, we have, or sorry, this is A still. I may do like A sub 1, A sub 2. So A sub 2 here is 100 times 1 plus 0.02, because percentage goes over here, to the power of 1. So once again, this is just very close to 1, so we can just assume it's closer to 100. Now what you can notice is that this is closer to 200, this is closer to 100, which means that quantity A would be greater. So pretty simple example really, you just have to substitute. But like a strategy is, all of these are greater than these values. And given that this is a directly related thing, like there's no division pretty much, that's when you know, oh, okay, this is greater than the other. But if n was like, 2 over 5, which I don't think is included in the syllabus, like how to take x to the power of 2 over 5 or something like that. But basically it's just like the 5th root of x squared. You don't need to know that, but if it was like this, then you probably want to reconsider doing all this math here. Oh, that's what's the message. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. So we have percentage increase. So for example, when we take 20% increase for 700, say you have this quantity 700 and you want to take a 20% increase of that. We first take 20% of 700 and then we add this to 700. So to like depict this visually, we take 20% of 700. Once again, of is just multiplication. So this is 1/5. 1/5 times 700. And what is this? This is like Is this right? Wait 1 second. $140. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at math. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's been a... Right. And then you want to add this quantity, 140 to 700. Sorry, I always doubt myself for some reason. But okay, so when you want to take 20% decrease, so when you take 20% decrease of for 500, we have 20% of 500 first. Right, so that's just 100, I think. Yeah, 150. Yeah, that's just 100. And you, instead of adding, you actually do subtraction. So you subtract this from 500. You get 500 minus 100, which is 400. Okay, so finally is bank problems. These are super easy in my opinion. You don't know what this is, just in my opinion. So you just given formula and variables, and you just easy substitution. Now the only catch here is that once as I said, you'll have this huge paragraph. You have to be able to dissect the actual information you need. So here's like, let's say I have this, I'm just yapping on about something, right? This is a huge paragraph, and then I see this formula. And then continue on yapping, you know. I'm just like blah, 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 blah. He goes to the market, swims with a fish, I don't know, whatever. This is all you should be able to recognize. That's all you really need to know, because if I was like, you know, A, B, you're given like the P values, R values, N values, same for here. Then you're gonna first look at the answer choices, and then you're like, oh, okay, so where do these variables appear in the background info? Like, take out all this yapping, just lock in, find what you need, and there we go. So some may be like in the 50 seconds time, some may actually be like useful background information that you need. Might be more complicated than this. It's like, you know, find it if like n was plus 2 to the power of 7 or something like that. There are times when that happens. Some may even take 10 seconds. So that last one was pretty easy actually, just substitute. Remember, just follow the strategy and you'll be good for percentages. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the percentages video. Next up is geometry, because someone in the comment section, I can't remember their name, but they asked for geometry. So yeah, I'm just gonna go straight into geometry after this video. So I'll see you in a week. Goodbye.